What's up, guys? Happy Easter Monday. I'm hoping my friend Akash Prasad is around for this live. Okay, I promise you I would come here to Repentir. This is where I am. This is Repentir Cemetery. It's Easter Monday. Right? So I come down here today because I hear my name called. Okay? I hear my name called. I saw a video from Akash Prasad posted yesterday where he came down to the Repentir Cemetery, which coincidentally is where I happen to be right now. And he made a video saying that he saw my video. He saw the live stream I did from the cemetery a few months ago. Where probably the only video on my page where you're gonna hear me cussing, cause this place is make my blood boil. Okay? And Akash, I'm hoping you're looking at this video, cause I'm making this video for you. I accused you in my response of being intellectually dishonest and a sycophant of the corrupt dictatorship. Right? And now I will explain myself from the cemetery. I've come to take the same view that you wanted to show me. So I'm here today at the cemetery. Now, let me just go over my problems for you, Akash, right? In case you didn't look at that first video properly. My problem is that thousands and thousands of Guyanese are buried in this cemetery, covered with grass, choked up with mud, that have garbage chucked on them. That citizens of this nation that have committed their blood, sweat, and tears to our development are currently lying in garbage and rubbish. Now this here is a cheap election gimmick. I don't know how short-sighted or how poor our long-term memory is. But if you remember, just before Donald Ramattar was elected, the PPP did an election gimmick just like this. Left the cemetery for decades. On the other side where I'll show you just now, which is where I will come to your intellectual dishonesty, Akash. This cemetery was abandoned for years and years. When people started complaining about it, just before Ramattar went in, just before the election, the PPP spent $500 million on this space. They did not even finish quarter of the work and abandoned it. Can you see where $500 million went? That behind me, that bush behind me, look, those are graves covered with bush. Everything around me you can see is a grave. Right? Can you see $500 million anywhere here? This is a thin strip of Le Repentir. Okay? Where is the $500 million? At the point where they start spending that money, they were accused of stealing it to give their contractor friends so that it could be donated back to the party for campaigning. And that's exactly what happened. There was no long-term solution. In case any of the people from AP and you want to come in the comments and say, yes, look what the PPP did. The AP and you did no better. Y'all came in, you started another cleanup campaign. There was a guy named Brother, a contractor named Brother. Y'all go and find Brother, whichever rock Brother hiding under, and pull Brother out from under that rock. Apologize to Brother. Apologize. Say, Brother, we are sorry. Because Brother did the best job I've ever seen. When Brother said he cleaning, he take it down to grade. It looked shine. But they wasn't paying the man abandoned the job. Right? So this is a space I hold the coalition and the PPP responsible for. Notwithstanding I know y'all hate Barnum or whatever, but this here would be an embarrassment to Barnum. During Barnum's era, you could see from one end of the cemetery to the other end of the cemetery. It was deliberately abandoned. The same PPP now trying to tell me this is progress are the people who allowed a dump site to emerge on this land, the Repentir landfill, which is on the other section, again, where I'm going to go show you your intellectual dishonesty. The other problem with this location, everyone is always coming in to say it's PNC control, PNC control. I swear on my life, 99% of you have never ever read the Local Government Act, and you're not even referring to the law. You are referring to propaganda. There is no such thing as a PNC controlled city. The law of Guyana, which I'm telling you about here, says that the local government ministry is in charge of all of the municipalities, all of the local government organs. The ultimate responsibility, the buck stops with the government. It is the same when APN were in. It is the same when PPP were in. So let's stop with that stupid shit of accusing other people, finger pointing, while our city looks like a cesspool. Georgetown is an embarrassment. If any of you travel, you will agree with me wholeheartedly. This is an embarrassing city. So Akash, you came this morning to tell me that these guys hurriedly put together some construction contract. And what I can see here clearly is they're trying to build a road. After what they pointed out, that the PPP only built a road on the other side, one road in this cemetery in almost 30 years. And it led directly to the Enmore Martyrs Monument. Y'all don't call me. Who called me now? It led directly to the Enmore Martyrs Monument and no other road. They were only interested in some people. I came a few years before that and took you to Walter Rodney's grave. Next to Walter Rodney's grave is another grave that is broken open. You can see thigh bones and femurs. No respect. Now, Akash, let me show you. I'm now a little further in the cemetery. Let me show you what we are being called to celebrate as progress. Mind you, all through there, thousands and thousands of graves, all on the other side. I don't think you even understand the scale of the size of this cemetery. I think this is the largest cemetery in the entire Caribbean, right? So forgive me for not celebrating this, but at the moment, Mother's Day, nobody can come in here and pay respects to their mothers. Clearing a few roads so Sheriff Construction, or Guyana Daily News Construction as I call it, could get a few $100 million more to go and do their hate speech online is not something I will celebrate. When people could come and visit their relatives in these tombs, that's something I will celebrate. Mind you, there are hundreds and hundreds of Africanized beehives in here. So this is not work to me. This is not anything that will be completed before election. And if anything, y'all might make a quick start, but I am not impressed. Now, let me tell you why you're dishonest, because there is no way you could even walk down this road, right? All the bridges have been damaged. I see an excavator down there. Probably one of the ministers' them side business, because we know how we chuck it in Guyana. No development plan has been put forward. And once again, money that is supposed to be given to the local council is taken by the government and given to their friends and family. The city council are supposed to be in receipt of billions of dollars in grants to help do this work. The government often come in, sideline the city council, give the money to their own people, and they often will come in and do substandard work. On my life. Now look at this. Can you celebrate this? Let's go and show the people how you're dishonest, Akash. Right? Let me show the people how you're dishonest. Let me just go and take them across the road. Right? And we can all ask together. We can ask a question for ourselves. Because for some reason, this government, its sycophants and apologists are only interested exclusively in highlighting this here, like the slap in the face that they give us here. But you would not highlight reality. You would see reality and pass it straight. Right? Now, let me get 2 minutes before I get to the head of the road here. Because all this is garbage packed up. Tires, old car, old fridge. There are no penalties. If we read the Local Government Act, I think it's 2801 and 2701. It sets out all the penalties, right? So people are supposed to be penalized for this. You could have put a proper fence on the cemetery. Akash, I also noticed that you very strategically came to do this video about 3 days after the government would have cleared the fence. I noticed that. In the video I did where I highlighted how Avinash Contracting is crooked, they came here, dumped rubbish on the tombs, broke tombs, desecrated the dead, and they built this poor fence. Let me show you the fence. A chicken wire fence, which was absolutely covered with weeds. Akash wait until they weeded it down to come and do his video to tell us that this is progress. Let's go across the road, Akash. This cemetery road took 2 years or so to be completed by Avinash. Akash, my friend, how did you miss this, bro? How did you miss this, bro? This was right across the road from you, brother. How you went there to film that and you forgot this, right? When I say the government are dishonest, I mean it. You're dishonest, and all of your agents that come to lie to us are dishonest as well, right? There's some bees in that bush there. Great stuff. So I had a lot of things to do today, but once I hear my name called, and especially regarding something like this, the cemetery, this is the only place that's make, well, one of a few, but this is make my blood boil. Okay? It's fucked up. Right? I promise I wouldn't cuss today. I promise I wouldn't cuss, but I can't help it. It's fucked up. Look at this, right? I'm bringing you guys along for the tour. This is what we have done to generations of Guyanese that have sweat, bled, cried, suffered for the development of this country, right? Because not everybody got buried in here. But I want to show you the reality of it. Now, how could you access any of those graves? There are thousands of graves. Akash, my friend, I don't know if you forgot. Maybe I don't know, the blinders that they send you out of Freedom House with. You could only see one side of the road and not the other side of the road. But this is what we're dealing with, Akash. And this, and it goes all the way down. This is just one of many, many paths in this cemetery, completely overgrown, garbage strewn. At the back there is a mountain, right, where they had the Repentir dump site, which is where we were dumping garbage on dead bodies for years. Garbage that is still smoldering in unlined pits that are still polluting the water table to this day, that are still smoldering and giving people respiratory problems in this local area to this day. So I'm very sorry. I'm most sorry that I could not agree with you and that I had to come down here to show you what's up. I'm very sorry, but I'm not impressed, and none of us should be impressed, right? So rather than you guys join me in condemning this situation, a lot of people just come to attack the messenger. But I'm not gonna stop, right? Y'all don't send people to me, neither I should tell you. Don't send people to find out what money Francis want. Don't send people to find out what land I would like. I don't want no land. I don't want no money. I don't want no favors. I don't want any of that. My fee is a better country. I don't want no favors. I'm comfortable. I got food in my fridge. I have light in my house. I have water. All of the necessities I need to live. I don't need no favors from you guys. I don't want no contracts. I don't want nothing. I want y'all come and fix this shit. That's what I want. I want better roads. I want that when you build a road, it don't break down after a year. I want to know that there are not people going to bed hungry while we have trillions of dollars coming in from oil money every day. I want to know that school children are going to schools that are not hollow shells, that are built and filled with resources for them so they can learn. I want to know that elderly people have money at the end of the month and they're not scraping to survive because the price of eggs or chicken or fish has gone above their means to afford it. Those are the things that I would consider my fee if y'all are trying to buy me out. But I don't want money, okay? I don't want money. I want progress in my country for my people. Don't come to me, you Francis, you what land you want, bro. Fix this shit. I don't want land. Fix this shit as well. I'll fix this. That's what I want, okay? I don't want things. Don't want things. You don't consider that for yourself, right? How many of us have sold out our country for things, right? So this is the only road the PPP have built in about 30 years. Akash, I hope you're watching, bro. I came here for you, right? There's the road leading to the Enmore Martyrs Monument. They didn't put a proper gate on it, so it's already looking at this, right? All the way down. I'll take you a little way. Then I'm going home to fly my kites. But I had to show you, right? I don't like dishonest people. I don't like dishonest people. If you need a bridge to your loved one's grave, you have to build it yourself. You have to build it yourself in these times. This is our cemetery. So, Akash, if you would come back here, please. I don't know if you were short of time. You didn't have enough time to show Guyanese the real thing. Your agenda is to come. You say you referenced B-Man video. You saw a video B-Man did. You saw it, but you didn't look at it, right? You see a video B-Man did, and look, the government is doing better. They cleared a mud path in the road. One right seat. So you good, bro. You good, right? Ma act like it's Guyana Daily News coming fee. Right, even a steel pan, right? Is everything that on here? Okay? So maybe you don't have the time to come and show the people the truth and the reality of the situation. And another set, you're gonna be in the comments saying, "These people dump this. These people dump this stuff." Yeah. People dump everywhere. There are dirty people in every country that would willingly do this. But in a functional country, those people are penalized. A functional country and have security for a place like this. In a functional country, they have a CCTV at the front there. In a functional country, the gate is actually closed and people has actually come and close it. In a functional country, there's enough weed and men for this entire space rather than one brush cutter man for what effectively acres and acres and acres of land. Another beehive in there. Great. Okay? Just watch till you're tired. Watch till you're tired. If you want to visit your loved one, you're gonna pay a man to come and burn some of the dug grass. I could already tell you what's going on. Right? I've been in this space so many times, whether it's removing bees or just coming trying to highlight to you guys that this is one of the most disgraceful aspects of our republic. And every time I see signage or propaganda telling me because we care, no, you don't care. And for those of you that watched my live stream a few months ago, you can tell decidedly that this road has gotten much, much worse. There wasn't all this garbage here the last time I came. This is recent. This is in the last few months. This has all been added. Another person that's been forced to build their own bridge. The government don't build bridges for you. Typically, people have to put pallets and bits of wood to walk across. Now imagine the elderly. Let's just go across to this gravesite here. Okay, imagine the elderly people have to come in here. Look, this is a plank someone had to put in to access the grave of their loved one, right? Look at this filthy water. There's snakes, there's caiman living in this place. How could you have a heart and you're asking people to come and visit their loved one? Y'all don't have a heart, man. Y'all never lose somebody in your life and had respect for them. These people here, that many of them would not have kept their environment like this when they were alive. How many people's mothers in here that they're sending them every day for clean up the house and tidy the place, that they know they would not be comfortable in an environment like this? It's desecration of the people, right? It's desecration of the people. And this space is always on my mind. So I know some of y'all think it might be petty of me to come into the cemetery today to tell Akash he's being dishonest, but no, this is one of those things we have to get right. Okay? And like I said, PPP and PNC, I hold you guys responsible for this. So have a nice Easter. Think about these spaces, right? Think about what you want from the government. I don't care if you guys support PNC, PPP. I just wish you would hold them accountable, right? And I'll give you a little anecdote before I go. Something I noticed about this country. So I would have told you guys before, I never had any political party. I didn't grow up in a family, right? My mom not from Guyana, right? I didn't grow up in a political family where people tell me you're this party or that party. And then when I left Guyana, I didn't care about it. It's when I decided to move back here and, you know, I started looking around me. The PPP were in office at the time. Okay, I'm willing to give them a chance. But it's from the things I see with my own eyes that I start calling out corruption. Because this is abnormal. If you live in a normal country and you come back home, you have to admit that this is not normal. And it disturbs me that we normalize it. And while the PPP were in office and I was criticizing them, all the PNC people was like, yeah, criticizing PPP people. But guess what? When the government changed and AP and you went into office and y'all start messing up with Durban Park, when y'all go and decide you're taking a 50% raise, and I start criticizing you for the same thing, guess what happened? The PPP people were in my comments. They were all turning my friends now. Yeah, Francis, tell the PNC people. And the same PNC people that was my friends before is like, Ma, why you talking? Blah, blah, blah. Right? We just finger point at each other and the country goes to shit. That's what's happening. I'm sorry for being so direct here, but y'all don't know my blood that start boiling when I come in this cemetery. Again, and you could tell from the tiling, but they just make it very clear to you. You have to build your own bridge, right? In the cemetery to go visit your loved ones. Right? This is the love. This is the love. Okay? There's a broken tomb. I can see the people close them in here. These places y'all might not go on your own. Another open tomb. Me gonna show y'all the bones before Facebook take down my video. By peeping there and I can see the bones. Another broken one. This one here ripe for bees. Just now this one get infested. Another one over there. Right? I see fly going. Yo, bro. Come on, how far in would you walk? Akash, you must come to some of these places, bro. You must come to some of these places. Stop doing your video from the side of the road. Right? It's disgusting, it's sad, look, bro. That's a skull. Can you see that beyond the bucket? You can see the ocular socket. Can you see that? It's a skull. Right? It's a skull. So Akash, hope you come back here, bro. I hope the rest of you grow some balls and start being honest. Because it's not making any sense. You keep just casting the blame around. I personally don't care who does it. And the worst thing about the PPP, let me talk to you directly, right? The worst thing about this administration is you alienate and victimize people that would otherwise be willing to help you. You're trying to build the demographic of people that support your party, but you actively demonize and victimize, target, harass, fabricate evidence against people that don't agree with you, instead of trying to find ways to pull them into the fold for good ideas. So I always say that this government is at war with intellectuals. It is at war with intelligence, right? It does not support those things. It is at war with accountability and those who demand it. That's why I say it's corrupt. It's based on fact, not me just thinking off the top of my head. This is what you'll find as you go over the road. Okay? And again, leading back to one of the roads, Akash wanted to show us. That he wanted us to celebrate. Okay? Ask me if you could celebrate this. And I'm asking you guys to have a heart. This is one place I would hope could unite all Guyanese. There are people of every single color and ethnicity and political disposition in this burial ground. Can you look at any of these tombs and tell me which one has the PPP and which one has the PNC supporter inside? For $1 million, please tell me which one of these dead people was a PNC PPP. It doesn't matter. These are our sons and our daughters and our mothers and our brothers and sisters that are lying here in a disgraced, disrespected state. And if we can't all get behind issues like this, if we can't all get behind issues that affect our children and the sanctity of our laws, we are lost. We are a lost people. So I see one you want to join me, but I don't have a lot of time. I'm gonna go fly my kite now. Let me just show you the gate before I leave. Here's the gate. broke up. Okay? Broke up. This is the entrance. Right? And this is the work Avinash did when they came through and destroyed people's tombs. There's the quick walk they did recently. This chicken wire here, substandard, and we paid billions of dollars for this. I can already see where some of the poles are out of alignment, already falling back. Why we can't call a spade, guys? Why we can't do that? It's the most disheartening thing. I take you to the other section now, and then we'll wrap up the video when we get over here. But there's all Akash is focused on, right? And you do work and have to do it back again. You build the fence, they come to do another work, they break down the fence. That's typical, because we have money like rice. We just have money to spend, okay? And all of this money is focused on the infrastructure. And as we know by now, this government are specialists at giving us substandard infrastructure, right? Another tomb there that just got broken up. So please tell me what there is to celebrate, and I will come here and celebrate it. I will light candles and blow streamers and my vuvuzela, you know, I will celebrate with you, but not this, right? So I see paid actor by T. Maham. Is the dictatorship really paying y'all to run out here? A paid actor? You must come and visit the cemetery, right? And I'll tell you about how the dead people voting in another video. I had some information recently that just left me speechless, right? But we can do one thing at a time. So that's it for today. Hope you guys have a good Easter.